You've said that in 1992, after the disturbances in LA following the verdicts of the non-guilty verdicts for the police officers tried in the beating of Rodney King, that we missed an opportunity, that there's an opportunity here. Could you talk a little bit more about what the opportunity we have to deal with these issues, not just with police, but race in general?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for including me today. It's good to see you, Sylvester, and Soledad. Good to see you as well. We've worked together on many different projects. You know, it was really the not so much the civil unrest, yes, but in 1991, the videotape. I mean, I had worked on police abuse issues for decades, and when the videotape happened, we all thought it was over. It was finally on tape. It was proven what we had been saying for years, and for sure those officers were going to get convicted. And when they didn't get convicted, it was a devastating blow. And then you fast forward a few years and cell phone cameras are invented. And then we say again, here we are, we have the proof. But after every video, people would say, well, we don't know what happened before the video went on, and we don't know what this person really did. And it's like the justice system goes out the window, because I don't really care what the person did. You usually arrest somebody, put them on trial, and you're usually innocent until proven guilty. Dylan Roof was, after he massacred 9 people at that church, and they peacefully arrested him. And so, but I think that the 8.5 minutes of a murder that everybody witnessed, of a man who was laying down, was just too much. And so I think we have reached a point where, to me, there has been a seismic shift. I mean, you used to see this in polling, where you would poll white people, you poll black people, and they would say the exact opposite opinion about police. And now you have 70% of white folks who are saying there's a problem. Never happened before. And so also you have people protesting in 50 states in the union and around the world, protesting for human rights in the United States. All 54 African countries went to the United Nations and said there is a with racism in police States. And so I do think that that has provided a stage for us to have the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. I heard Steve go through some of the major components of it. But when we went through the committee hearings and the committee vote and the floor vote and all of that, my Republican colleagues talked about everything under the sun but the bill. I mean, the only thing missing was Hillary's emails. I mean, they talked about Flynn. They talked about everything. To me, I viewed that positively, because they weren't tearing the bill to shreds. And then they came up to me afterwards and told me, what they agreed with and all of that. And so we passed it out of the House. It died in the Senate. But that doesn't mean that it's over. That's just part of the sausage. That's just part of the process. And so now I'm engaging in a number of conversations with my Republican colleagues. Now, I've only been in Congress 10 years, which makes me a newbie compared to some of my other friends. But nobody's ever seen a moment like this. My question and challenge to all of us is, will we get continuing? We won't. So we have to keep the pressure on.
And how do we do that?
Well, the very clear way to do that is the people in the street. We need it to be peaceful. But now there's this whole new world of social media that, of course, didn't exist when I was a youngster and first beginning working on these issues. But we need celebrities, because we're a celebrity culture. And we need to pound on the senators that are up for election, because at the end of the day, that's what it's always about. And we have senators that are teetering now. The other thing that I didn't mention about the House that was really remarkable was we got 3 Republicans to vote for the bill. The reason that was remarkable was because the president tweeted. And usually when the president tweets, they sit up and it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? The president tweeted. And they went against him and voted for the bill. That's like a really big deal here. We have senators in several states. We only need to pick up a few seats. So the name of the game here is somebody's being vulnerable for their reelection. If we focus our pressure, social media pressure, phone calls, people in the street, that's what makes this place move. Congress can move in 30 days or 30 years. And it took us 30 days to pull together the Justice and Policing Act. And tragically, we voted for it on Tamir Rice's 18th birthday, the child that was murdered when he was 12 by a police officer who had been fired from another jurisdiction. Our bill provides for a registry of bad officers. So if our bill had been in place 7 years ago, he would have graduated high school and reached his 18th birthday, because the police chief would have known that the officer that lied was fired because he was viewed as unstable with a propensity to violence. He shot him within seconds of jumping out of his car.